Hey guys, it's Bart Johnson here. Today I have another product review for you guys. It's something that I've had for a while, but I finally just got around to really shooting a review for it. One of the things that I love doing in all of my projects is trying to add some sort of camera movement. Camera movement can really add some dynamic looks to your film or any project. It ups your production value, and a lot of times it just looks really, really cool. So the order of things that I usually invest in is first, lenses, second, ways to move my camera. Cameras are always going to get better and better and be obsolete in 6 months or something like that. But lenses, good lenses are a good thing to have, and you're always going to want to move your camera. Now, there's tons of ways to do that. Of course, there's jibs and cranes, there's dollies. Nowadays, there's 3-axis gimbals, but one of the tried and true ways to add a little bit of movement is with the use of a slider. Now, there's tons of different manufacturers out there who make different sliders, but there was one that really caught my eye and is a bit unique, and I wanted to check it out. And that is the Edelkrone Slider Plus Pro. Now, the Edelkrone Slider Plus Pro is a great little slider. It comes in a whole bunch of different sizes. They have their regular non-Pro line, and then there's the Pro line, each of which I believe has 3 different sizes and lengths. The one that I have is the Slider Plus Pro XL, so it's their largest, longest slider. Now, this slider is extremely well made. It's completely made of metal, and the Pro version features these upgraded rails so that it can hold much heavier camera packages and a lot more weight. The model that I have, the Pro XL, is rated to hold up to 22 pounds, so you can put pretty much any camera system on that. Now, what makes the Slider Plus Pro and Slider Plus lineup unique is that they are the only slider I've seen that actually travel twice their length. And they do this because they have a unique mechanism where the center sled actually moves along and the rail travels along with it, which means that my 2.9-foot slider can actually travel twice that length when I have it mounted on a tripod. Now, that's one of the kickers, is that it has to be mounted on a tripod for this to work. This slider can also be used on the ground with the included adjustable feet, but then you're limited to just the length of the slider for the travel, so it won't go twice its length unless it's mounted on a tripod. Now, all the components of the Slider Plus Pro are extremely well made. It has a nylon belt system that helps to pull it along, and this can actually be upgraded with their action module and target module, so you can actually motorize your slider and actually get some parallax effect and track subjects in the center of your frame, but those are additional add-ons. The slider works just fine manually without them. It has a metal locking tab in the middle so that you can lock it into place for travel, or if you just want to keep it on your tripod full time, you can lock it off so you don't have to worry about it moving. It also has a recessed 3/8 inch screw on the top that pops out with a slight turn and then can be easily packed back away for storage and travel. On the bottom, there is a 3/8 inch female mount, so you can mount it to a tripod plate or a half ball or whatever you need to mount it to whatever sticks or legs you're using. Everything is extremely well made. It's a very solid piece. Now, one of the things you're going to have to keep in mind when you're working with this is that the slider itself will not flex. It will not flex and bend under the weight, but everything is reliant upon how solid your tripod legs are. Because a lot of times you'll get some flex in the tripod head or a little bit of slippage on the half ball, and that can cause your image to sag a little bit at either end. So you're going to want to invest in some really, really sturdy, heavy-duty video rated tripod legs to mount this system on, and that's really going to give you the best results. Now, because the Slider Plus uses this unique mechanism to move the rail along with the sled or the carriage while you're doing your slide, it opens up some very unique possibilities. Of course, it's great for travel because you essentially carry a 3-foot slider that you can toss into your luggage with you, and you get double that length in travel. But another thing it's great for is some push and pull moves. Since the track itself actually recedes back as you do your move, it actually pulls back out of the shot, where with normal sliders you would see the rails in the shot if you slid back too far. With the Slider Plus or Slider Plus Pro, you can do those moves and you can keep the rail out of the shot because it's moving back with the camera. So it gives you some real flexibility there to do those kind of sort of mimicking a dolly in or a dolly out move. Overall, this has been the perfect slider for me. I do a lot of traveling, and it's a great size to just toss into my suitcase and bring along with me. The slider comes with a semi-rigid case that you can put it in there, so it'll be safe while you're traveling. It's a really nice addition. It's a really nice little case. It does have a few drawbacks. One of the major ones is that you only get that double distance of travel when it's on a tripod. So if you are traveling and you want to have that sort of slide range or length, you're gonna need to bring a pretty beefy tripod system along with you, which kind of defeats the purpose of travel. Another thing that I do wish they would add to it is I wish they would add a bubble level on the carriage itself. A lot of times I have to rely on the bubble level that's on the tripod head that I sometimes put on top of it. But if I'm working with a tripod head or maybe just a ball head that doesn't have a bubble level, I kind of have to guess when it's level. So just placing a little bubble level in there would have been a nice addition. But of course, it's something that you can work around, and it won't take you too much time to get the system level. Overall, they're really great systems. I really recommend you go over to Edelkrone and check out what they have. They've got a ton of innovative gear, in not just the Slider Plus and Slider Plus Pro. They have all sorts of flex tilt heads. They have little skater solutions. They've got a lot of really cool items that are sort of outside the box. They're very good at thinking outside the box and figuring out new ways to do stuff. So overall, I'm extremely happy with my Slider Plus Pro XL from Edelkrone, and I recommend you guys look into it and see if it could be the right slider solution for you. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, hoped it helped you out, and please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I should have a lot more reviews and a lot more tips and tricks coming your way in the future.